old show. This is the big O 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 show. This
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
There's just one place to celebrate our happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Plus last chance savings on a 2024 RDX. $379 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world The Sloman Shield.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla, not $24,000, $20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
This is the Big O Show. This is the
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All right. Happy Monday. Well, I'm sorry. Are you into Bitcoin? Because it's 69,000. I'm sorry. Not football-wise. No. Team Bitcoin comes through, not Team Dolphins. You know, that's kind of this is how you will enjoy the football season a little bit more. Being a Bitcoin, an Ethereum, a Solana holder, you know, that's when you're probably going to enjoy the football season a little bit more. But being a Dolphins fan, you're not enjoying the football season, because I know I'm not enjoying the football season. Holy shit. Thank you, Bitcoin. Appreciate you for at least making my morning a little better here with a nice pump. We'll get to 70 here in this show today. Today we are breaking 70 on Bitcoin, which is a beautiful thing. 69,102. Let's go. We got a Crypto Bro show coming up after this. All right. So we'll keep you updated on everything. I'm not going to really talk a ton of crypto here at all. Actually, no crypto pretty much. But I just had to mention that we're over 69, which is a beautiful thing. 69 is a great number. Okay. It's a great number. So anyway, what else is going on? Whew, Jesus. It's it was, I was hoping that we weren't going to be here, by the way, but we are here. Unfortunately, we're in the same situation we've been in for years. A team that can't find its way, and that's, I'm sure, what we'll be talking about today with the Dolphins. As you saw the headline, Mike McDaniel's incompetence has buried the Miami Dolphins, and really, to me, that's the major problem that's going on with Miami. The screwed up part is that, in a way, I think some of it can be salvageable, but you keep waiting too long and there's no way you're going to be able to, save any of this, because there is no future with that guy. None whatsoever. We did a poll yesterday and it was resounding that most people, you don't want to move forward with this guy. Why would you want to move forward with Mike McDaniel? It makes 0 sense. You know what I'm saying? 0 sense. So it's just one of those where, what are you going to do? We are in a place where we're kind of we're like a rudderless ship. We're just floating out there in the ocean, and we've got nowhere to go. The sails have broken and we got no rudder, and we're just drifting, and we are at the will of the waves, basically. And that's kind of what it is right now for Dolphin Nation, man. It is frustrating. By the way, Ira Winderman, normally on Mondays, we moved him for tomorrow, because today they're doing the whole Wade celebration thing. So we'll get his reaction tomorrow and all that good stuff. And we'll get his thoughts on that ugly ass statue. We'll get into that ugly ass statue that apparently D Wade and the Heat created, which the story only got worse, right? The story got worse. Like, first, when they first showed the statue, I told everybody, wow, this looks like Michael Graham from I thought I was thinking Orlando Graham, but it's Michael Graham from Georgetown back in the day with Patrick Ewing. That's what the statue looks like. I'm like, wow, the Heat did a terrible job with that. Whoever sculpted it or whatever, it looks horrible. And then we find out, apparently the Heat made sure they got it to the writers right away. And the writers were putting, hey, Wade did several trips to go and look. Well, Wade, you suck too, bro. That's even worse. So Wade was watching the statue being sculptured, and he was approving the progress of it, and that's what he approved? Wow. Okay. All right. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's fine by me. It's stuck. It's there forever. It looks terrible. I'm glad they did it, because he deserves that and more. Jesus Christ, I would have put a statue there that's 35 feet tall, actually. I would have built a statue like the Statue of Liberty for Wade, where you can climb all the way through and come out of his head and go look all over the city and stuff. That's probably what I built for Wade, because without Wade, there ain't no 3 titles, bro. So, I would probably do something crazy like that for Wade, but man, that's a terrible looking statue. That was just not good. And like I said, it's even worse now. Okay? If you tell me Wade was part of this, that just, it makes the joke even better, actually. The fact that he was around and he approved a terribly made statue of him. Okay. Anyway, It is what it is. What are you going to do? But anyway, we'll have Ira's thoughts on it for tomorrow. True Fin Fan says Antoine Walker got a statue, not Wade. LOL. Yeah, that was. Thank you for the super chat, True Fin Fan. Oh man, just crazy stuff. All right, so Ira will join us tomorrow. I figured, we'll get him on and we'll talk about that. It's I have a feeling that I'm not sure this basketball season is really going to be that sexy. You know what I'm saying? So might as well take advantage of these kind of moments that we can talk about and live through the past and Wade and all that kind of stuff. I almost, there's a part of me that feels that the Miami Heat are about to go into Dolphins post-success history. You know how we live as Dolphins nation and fans and the organization, they live on living on the past and celebrating the past because that's all they have. There is nothing to celebrate over the last 30 years. Absolutely nothing to celebrate in the last 30 years. But the 30 years prior, when they actually used to accomplish things, that's all we do now. We kind of, and I almost feel like we're about to do that with the Miami Heat. Those days of championship lore and all that kind of stuff, that shit is gone. And we're kind of going to be living off of, let's honor Wade and let's honor Zoe and let's honor Timmy and let's honor that team and that team and that team. And we're going to start, it's still in the early stages. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just removed from a finals just a couple of years ago. So we're in the early stages, but I almost feel like post Riley, this is what we're going to now. And we're going to end up doing a lot of the things that we've done in the Dolphin Nation, because what else are you going to do? You're not really creating new history that's actually something to celebrate, and that's where I fear. Now we have been so spoiled with the Heat for so long, it's hard to maintain that. But I really have that fear that that's where we're going, unfortunately, with the Miami Heat, because it's just it's kind of been one of those steady declines. It's just not there anymore. It's the stuff that used to happen front office wise is just not there anymore. Unfortunately, Magic's kind of gone, and you kind of fear that that's what's awaiting us as a Heat nation. So we'll see what they can do moving forward. Pat in Asheville says Wade has a plan, like in the movie Face Off. Wade is getting facial transplant surgery real soon. Okay, all right. So what he's going to do is go find Michael Graham and have his face taken off and switch faces. And then he'll be fine. He'll be fine. That's it. He'll be ready to go. Looks like Lawrence Fishburne in The Matrix. Yeah, I kind of like that one too. Yeah. The statue was long overdue, but that's terrible. Dwayne Wade approved the design of the skull. Yeah, it is. The story got even worse. They should have kept that part out. Like the Heat wanted to absolve themselves. Hey, no, wait a minute. Wade was there. He went over. He made several trips to go look at the progress of the statue. So the Heat knew that they screwed up. The Heat knew that the statue looked like shit. And they were immediately, no, wait a minute. Wade approved it. He went. Okay, guys, he approved it. So if it looks bad, blame it on him. He doesn't know how he looks. Oh, man. Let's see. That 7-game winning streak was at 1-7 and struggle. Oh, I don't know. That stuff, you know. Anybody selling you that now? Yeah. Perk and Flores. Perk and Furones tried to kind of slide some hopium yesterday. Well, you know, if they could go to Buffalo, and they're not going to Buffalo and winning, and they're not winning many games for the rest of the season. It's a terrible football team. You got a guy at head coach that doesn't know what the hell he's doing, bro. He's a terrible, terrible coach. He is, by the way, he is now all of a sudden working his way down to being the worst coach in Dolphin history because I can at least look at Cam Cameron and say that team wasn't very talented. This team has talent. I've never seen anybody screw up a team more than Mike McDaniel. I mean, this is what we're talking about here now. We're talking about a head coach that has royally screwed up an entire season all by himself. That's what Mike McDaniel is. You guys can pick on the front office all you want, and they deserve all the heat that you guys are giving them, and fire this and fire that and all that. That's fine, whatever. You guys deserve to vent all of that. No doubt about it. But that team is way more talented than 2-5. This is one of the biggest underachieving football teams in Dolphin history, thanks to that soft-ass coach at the top. That's why. You have a soft-ass coach at the top. You have a weakling running this football team. You have a guy that doesn't know how to instill any discipline whatsoever. Why? Look at him. He has zero discipline. Look how he carries himself. Zero discipline. The dude can't even flow 3 sentences together. If it wasn't for his wife dressing him, I don't know what he would look like. Because she certainly doesn't shave him. So this is what's going on here. The level of incompetence at head coach is at an all-time high. This guy's been carried by the talent overall, period. And it tells you that the team has talent. The problem is this guy doesn't know how to manage it, doesn't know how to discipline it, doesn't know how to make sure that it is consistent. So that's really your problem right now. And keeping him at that spot is about the most irresponsible thing that Stephen Ross can do right now. I get it. You guys want changes at the front office and everything else, but that's not going to do anything at this moment. That you can address in the offseason and make your changes and all that kind of stuff. But right now, you still have a season to run, and you have the wrong person in place, and it's super obvious. And it's incredibly irresponsible to keep him there. I know they're not going to do it. I know it sounds crazy. I've been telling you, they're not firing anybody. They're probably not going to fire anybody in the offseason. They're probably going to bring all these people back next year because they're going to try to fix it because they've committed so much money to everybody. Right? I've told you this. But man, you could win more games with what you have. But you're not going to win a lot of games because of who you have on the sidelines. You have a soft-ass head coach, dude, that instills zero discipline in his football team because if you watch him, he carries himself with zero discipline. And this is why you've allowed the coach to create an atmosphere that, oh, you made a mistake. Oh, that's all right. You'll get him next time. Sorry, that's not how life is, dude. Life, when you screw up in life, it doesn't tell you, oh, you'll get them next time. No, dude, you're gonna get screwed. You're gonna lose out on your car, your home, your job, your whatever. That's what happens in life. You don't pay the bill on time, they disconnect the electricity. You don't pay your credit cards on time, they pull your credit cards and your credit rating gets trashed. That's life. When you don't live up to your responsibilities in life, life kicks you right in the ass. It doesn't tell you, oh, it'll be all right. You'll get them next time. No, dude, they tell you you're fired. That's what they do. They don't give you a break. They don't tell you everything will be all right. And that's the main problem that's going on with the Miami Dolphins. You have a coach that tolerates incompetence, that tolerates failure, that somehow tries to justify losing. And I'm not going to blow any smoke up your ass out there. You know, listen, I've given everything that's gone on here a chance. I got on board. I believed in what was going on. I gave it a chance. It's not working. Enough already. And you got to start making changes. And the first change you have to make is Mike McDaniel. Nobody respects Mike McDaniel. No one respects Mike McDaniel. They don't respect him on the football team. The results tell you everything you need to know. The play on the field tells you everything you need to know. The consistency of the inconsistency tells you everything you need to know, because he's got to be preaching the mistakes, but you keep making the mistakes you keep preaching about. So then what's going on? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't understand what's going on. Toyota of Hollywood, by the way, proud sponsor of our program. We're always there the second Wednesday of every month. And Herbie Lopez, he does an amazing job out there. That's why they're number one. That's why they are massively dominating the competition. No one can hang with them here in South Florida. And right now they are creeping it real with some scary deals. They've got over 2,000 Toyotas in stock, no payments for 90 days, 2.75% financing available, 4 full years down. 0 down, that is 4 full years, 0 down. Like I told you, over 1,200 new Toyotas in stock, and we tell you all the time. So if you're looking for a Prius or a Prius Prime or a RAV4, or if you're looking for a Corolla or a Camry, I mean, so many great vehicles out there. Go check it out for yourself. They are at 1841 North State Road 7. The selection is second to none. It's beautiful. Like when my daughter went to go get a Corolla, she had like 100 different Corollas to pick from. It's not like 3. No, like 100. So if you want one with a sunroof or without a sunroof or with leather seats or no leather seats or this color or that color or this sports package or that, that's the beauty of it. So that way you can kind of pick the one you want, the one you really like. And that's what they give you: great service, a great selection. You know, my daughter had a terrible experience. She wanted a Tesla first. So I took her to Tesla. You know, I'm not going to argue. Whatever. Okay. And she had a horrible experience. They weren't personable. They gave her one car, and she had to take that car or accept it. And dude, that car had paint and it had damage on it, brand new. And they expected her to buy it and send it to the paint shop. That's not going to happen at Toyota of Hollywood. Okay, that's not going to happen under the Craig Zinn umbrella. When you get the car, you're going to drive off the lot with a brand new car that's in brand new shape. That's kind of the idea. You know what I'm saying? So go to a dealership that treats you with respect, that gives you the service that you deserve, and that is Toyota of Hollywood. That was a disgusting experience with Tesla. I got to be honest. Absolutely disgusting experience. Anyway, remember, folks, you can hit that like button, please. Only 47 likes right now. Over 200 are watching, so you guys could easily get us to 200. So please, please, please hit the hell out of the like button. That's a way you can support the show. Visit our amazing sponsors like Toyota of Hollywood. And, of course, you can make a donation. Now it's 3 ways you can make a donation. Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. And we have the QR codes for all of them there. PayPal, you can find me, Orlando Alzagari. You'll see the Crypto Bro Show logo on it. And then you'll know it's me, Orlando Alzagari, and the Crypto Bro Show logo. So there you go. Check it out. Check it out. And that's the different ways that you guys can support us. Use that QR code. Enjoying Bitcoin hanging around the 69 area. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. The first change needs to be Chris Greer and Mike. They won't change personnel till after the season, Frankie. They don't do that till after the draft. You bring in any people that you're going to make changes with personnel, and then the people that you're releasing, you release them after the draft. That's how it goes. So any personnel directors, any college directors of scouting, any scouts, any regional scouts, all those people are released after the draft. So nobody in the front office will be released right now. They don't do that right now. That's normally not how it's done. What you can do right now, because what's going on right now is the coach. The coach is the one that's hurting you on the field more than anything else. The talent is more than enough right now to be 5-2 or 6-1 or 4-3 at worst case scenario. Worst case scenario if you had a really good coach. But since you have a really bad coach, you're losing games you're supposed to win. So that's really what's going on. So right now, I would change the coach. I know they're not, but I think it's kind of a slap in the face of the fans to keep a guy that really cannot handle a football team. That's all. There's no reason to keep Mike McDaniel around. And if you're keeping him around, I keep wondering if the front office was the one that hired him. So I'm wondering that. I'm really wondering that one. Greg Chafin says McDaniel's a frat boy who got in a coaching position. He's a friend more than a coach. Yeah. I mean, that's the way it looks, right? Nico says you need better talent from 1 to 53 to win. Ask Belichick, Shula, Reed, etc. Nah, I'm not saying championship, but Nico, you could win a lot more games with what you have right now. There's no doubt in my mind. You're underachieving with the talent you have right now. Tua said it on the podium yesterday that they went on a streak with less talent than they have in the locker, which, by the way, is a backhanded shot at Mike McDaniel. Tua doesn't realize that he just trashed Mike McDaniel, but he just trashed Mike McDaniel. In the press conference yesterday, he said, we were like, 1-6 or whatever, and we went on a run, and we had less talent in that. And he said, no disrespect to that team and everything, but we have more talent on this roster right now. And he's right. He's right by like miles and miles and miles. There's a lot more talent on this team, dude. A lot more talent on this team than the one that got on a streak. I'm sorry. This Colts loss, the Seattle loss, this loss here yesterday to the Cards, all these games easily could have been won by the Dolphins. I'm sorry. To me, Mike McDaniel is one of the most incompetent coaches I have ever seen in my life. I don't know why I keep biting the back of my tongue, man. Anyway, so I haven't seen a more incompetent coach than Mike McDaniel. It's bad, dude. Pat in Nashville, good to hear from you, my brother. Check out the Pat Tillman Cardinals bronze statue. One of the artists for the Wade statue created that monstrosity as well. Really? Wow. God, I want to say I haven't seen that statue at that stadium, but I want to say that, man, at the bridge, they did a good job, because I think there's a statue at the Pat Tillman Bridge over by the Grand Canyon. And why do I think that statue actually looked pretty good? Now, I'm trying to go off memory, because I've seen it a couple times when I've gone to Vegas, and I've gone to the Hoover Dam. I'm sorry, not the Grand Canyon, to the Hoover Dam, and seen the Pat Tillman Bridge. But I think there's a statue there, and I think they did a nice job there, actually. I got to check it out. But the Wade one that is bad. Cleveland beat the Ravens at home with their backup QB yesterday. The Dolphins backups looked like they couldn't beat a Pop Warner team. Bad coaching and personnel decisions. Yeah. Now, their backup was a former number 1 pick who really, if we're honest, Jameis Winston's issues were more about like mental or something, not ability, bro. Like, Jameis Winston has all the ability to be a hell of a quarterback in the NFL. By the way, I saw yesterday Jameis's press conference after the win. Outstanding, bro. Jameis carried himself like a real leader. The way he communicated with the media, the enthusiasm he showed, the way he explained how some of his teammates are, fighting through these issues and shining and all that kind of stuff. He elaborated on it. He was super colorful. He was energetic, like he normally is, actually, because he is an energy guy. But it was beautiful, dude. It was beautiful. And, we see sometimes people have setbacks in life, and they go back to the drawing board and they try to figure it out, and then they come back anew. And I'm hoping that this is the case with Jameis Winston, because Jameis could play, but Jameis did a lot of stupid and childish and immature and some stuff that's kind of dirty too at the same time. And we're all young, and we do stupid things when we're young, and you learn, and then you grow up and you try to figure it out. And I don't know, man, hopefully this is the great resurrection of Jameis Winston for him, man. I was happy for the Cleveland beat writers, because they don't have to deal with Deshaun Watson anymore, who's just really at the podium. He's not really much of a talker anyway. And that fan base deserves better as it is, just like our fan base, just like what Detroit's getting now. God bless them. They're 6-1. And it's just, I thought it was really cool. If you take the time, it's only an 8-minute press conference. But if you get to go on YouTube and go listen to Jameis Winston yesterday after the game, that was really cool. That was really, really cool. I was happy for him, really, because the Lord gifted him with crazy ass ability. And, plenty of people have screwed that up, right? He gets a second chance, and he's waited a couple of years for this opportunity. And now he gets the opportunity, and maybe he gets to kind of redeem himself. And yesterday, I wrote it down. He played his ass off, dude. Where is it here? Because I was going to talk about it when we went around the NFL, because they beat the Ravens yesterday. Jameis was 27 of 41, 334 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Impressive. You know what I'm saying? So that's, considering what you have going on with Watson, you need something to happen. And, Jameis is a guy that a lot of people have given up on because you thought he wasn't going to get it back. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if he has yet, but that was a nice performance yesterday for him. And I commend him. And the way he carried himself in that press conference, that was cool, man. That was cool. Good for them. Good for them. But that's a pretty damn good backup to have. And especially if he's here, he can be pretty damn good. He said it yesterday. He goes, I'm a franchise quarterback when I am focused on one play after another. I like the way he talked about it. And it looks like mentally that's kind of the way he's programmed himself. Okay, what am I doing on this play? I'm not thinking about the entire game. I'm not thinking about the entire drive. I'm thinking about this one play. What do I have to do to maximize this one play? It was a really enlightening press conference yesterday from Jameis Winston. And so when I watched it, it was like, it's so easy to root for something like that, And I'm rooting for Jameis. Listen, I was a Jameis guy anyways coming out. I thought he would be a hell of a quarterback. So, Ralph Bailey. Oh, how about covering the tight end? They sucked yesterday, bro. They were absolutely terrible, man. God bless. Arizona said these guys blow and they can't cover the tight end, and they just absolutely undressed the team yesterday. We talked about it in the postgame show. McDaniel signed an extension. Yes. Yeah. You can't get out of it. You just, the owner's got to just swallow the salary, and that's it. That's all. But that's the one thing that you can do right now to change the trajectory of the season. Okay. Change the perception of everything, change the attitude. I said it yesterday. I've told you before, you all mentioned Vrabel, and I love him, but there's no way they're firing the coach and putting in Vrabel. But you know what? You should. Because this gives Vrabel an opportunity to look over your entire talent going into next season and decide what he wants to keep and what he wants to get rid of and what he wants to build on and what he doesn't. And that's it. If you bring in a new coach next year in the offseason, he has to go learn his players during the regular season next year. This season's done already. It's over. So bring in Vrabel now and let him get 10 games to be around these guys, and he'll see who he likes and who he doesn't like, and then you start it all over again. And that's it. But at least with Vrabel, you've got a proven coach. A young, proven coach. Anyway, let's see what else. Why would we let a lame duck personnel? No, you don't get it. If they're going to make any personnel changes, all right, let me explain something to you and Frankie that you guys don't get, okay? They don't let go personnel people normally during the regular season. They keep them all in-house, and then if you're going to hire new personnel people, you bring them in right away in the offseason. And then they work with the ones that are currently in place. They make sure they keep all the information in from all the scouts and everything else, because you don't want to start letting people go, because you want to keep all reports in-house. And then personnel contracts expire after the draft. Coaching contracts expire after the season. So what they'll do is, if you're going to bring in a new personnel, someone, they'll bring that person in, and then he'll siphon all the information that he wants off of the former personnel people, discard the stuff he doesn't want, keep the people he wants, discard the people he doesn't want, and that all happens in April and in May, right after the draft. Immediately after the draft, go look at NFL headlines, and you'll see personnel directors being released and college directors of scouting and scouts and all kinds of stuff. They keep all of it in-house until after the draft. And then after the draft doesn't mean that if they make changes, I'm not saying they are, But if they make changes, the current people will not be making the decision. They'll just be there to be kept under wraps until after the draft. That's it. That's all they do. That's how it's worked. Okay? So that's why I'm telling you. The only thing that you normally could change because it affects what's going on right now is coaching. The personnel stuff is always done in the off seasons. Always. Just look at the headlines. It's rare. It has to be like a personal issue. There has to be some kind of something that went on that while you're letting go of a personnel person in the middle of the regular season or right when the season ends or something. If you fire somebody, then there was some kind of like, hate, something that you could not even stand the person and you can't have them in the building. But outside of that, personnel people are all fired pretty much at the end of April, early May, all of them. And they're all hired at that time too, by the way, most of them. You know what I'm saying? So they steal them from other places. Just because they didn't work here, they might work somewhere else and all that kind of stuff. I agree in getting rid of McDaniel now, but the front office, okay, yeah, I already explained that. Kevin Bear, thank you, sir. Mr. Majestic, Fins Up, Steve Dallas, Mr. Spock, even if you fire McGenius, truly think a real head coach would want to bring in his own front office. If Mike goes, yeah, of course. But again, it happens in the offseason. That's when you change personnel department. You don't change it now. They never change it now. That's all. Big O, I'm interested in your opinion as to what a new coach would do here. Like I said, Vrabel would come here and assess the talent for the next 10 games. That way he gets a feel for them in game. And then he can start to make any little changes that he can make about how they go about practicing, how they go about when they make mistakes and who pays a price and those kind of things, all that kind of stuff. It gives them an opportunity because if you bring in a new coach in the offseason, that coach really has to go through the season and learn the players that he has. He really doesn't learn shit in the offseason. You don't learn anything in training camp or anything like that. That's bullshit. But at least if you bring him in now, he's got 10 games to actually watch the people he has in the building at the moment. I think that's a positive. The season's over. So, and this would actually create a buzz for fans that, okay, well, you made a change. And then Vrabel's going to want to make other changes. And that'll come in the offseason, like I told you. Let's see. Good for Tua calling out his coach yesterday, but he also has to realize he screwed up, dude. It was Tua's blunder and the defense that cost that game yesterday. Tua screwed up with that snap. Forget it. He cost him that. Those 2 points were huge, and then it led to 6 more because the offense capitalized by getting the ball right off of that, and they drove right down the field. Joke of a defense. Let's see. What else do we have? They are an Etienne fumble. Yeah, I know that. What else do we have? Sackman, Deion Sanders. Yeah. By the way, I tweeted this out today. Where are all you Deion Sanders haters? Luckily, nobody actually tracks whatever the hell you guys predict. Nobody gives a shit about your predictions. So when they're usually wrong, nobody's going to come after you. But I'm wondering, any of you out there got any balls? Because a lot of you said Deion Sanders was going to be a disaster this year. And things were going to go bad and all that. They won 1 game before he got there. The biggest idiots out there are the people picking on Deion Sanders this offseason. The guy was there for 1 year. 1 year, and you're already dissing him. The team nobody knew about, the Colorado Buffaloes. That thing was in the sewer at this point. Nobody gives a shit about the Colorado Buffaloes. They won 1 game. He gets there, they win 4, and he puts them on the map. They're already 6-2. They beat Cincinnati over the weekend. They already improved from last year. So he won 4 in his first year, and he's already won 6, and the season's not done yet. So where are all you assholes? See, that's the beauty of some of you out there. You talk a lot of shit, and then you hide like cowards. Whole bunch of you, writers, radio people, bloggers, fans, whole bunch of you were hating on Deion Sanders. I get it. He's brash. He's black. He's loud. Right. So you don't like his style. You don't like the way he does things. So that's why you thought he was going to be, a failure. Because, of course, he's been a failure his entire career. Everything he does is failed. I'm just saying. I would have immense respect for the people that actually stand up and say, I screwed up. I was wrong. I was one of those guys that was hating on Deion and I'm an idiot for hating on Deion, by the way. I want you all to know you're hating on a guy after 1 year. Shows your bias, your racism, your stupidity, your ignorance. I don't know what adjective I want to use for it. But there's a lot of adjectives I can use for the people that were dissing Deion. Because how do you diss Deion after one season where he put them on the map? He made them matter when they've never mattered in decades. He won 4 times the amount of games they won the year before. Now he's won 6 times the amount of games they won 2 years ago. They're on national television all the time. If that's not progress, I don't know what is. The Buffaloes have a brand now because of him. But I don't see people coming out saying, wow, dude, great job by Deion. That's amazing. They're 6-2. They won 1 game 2 years ago. 1 game. They were terribly coached, terribly managed. They were a horrible program. They were going nowhere. And they bring this guy in, and in his second season, they're 6-2 already. They're bowl eligible already. Where are you? Where are all those writers? Where are all those TV people? Where are all you people that all you did was hate on Deion Sanders? For no reason, for 0 reason. If he was there for 5 years and winning 4 and 5 games every year, hate on him all you want. He failed. He's been there for 2 years. And he took over a program that won 1. Now they've won 4 and now 6. That is called exceptional. Not good, not decent, not average. That's called exceptional. Because when you win 1 game, you literally have no talent. Literally have no talent. When you win 6 already, 2 years removed from 1, you got to have some talent. I'm just saying, where are you? You're mighty brash when you're talking that negative shit in the offseason. Where are you now? How come you're not mighty brash about how wrong you are? That's all I'm saying. We're going to hate on a guy for no reason at all. All Deion does is help people. That's all he does. That's all he does. When he comes to your town, your team, he's elevating you. Elevating your program, elevating your NFL team, elevating whatever the hell he's a part of. And if you can't see that every single time since he was a kid, I can't help you, dude. I'm 58 years old, and I have watched that man's career every day of his life. And all I've ever watched that man do is succeed. All I've ever watched that man do is prove everybody wrong. That's why I laughed at everybody that just wanted to go and pick on the guy. And it's like, you have not watched everything this man has done. I mean, the day he went from San Fran to Dallas and they won the Super Bowl, that should have been like checkmate. I will never, ever think or underestimate the power of Deion Sanders again. So what he did at Jackson State, he lifted an entire NFL team. And he predicted it. He goes, now I'm going to go over to Dallas to help them now win the title. That's exactly what they did. With Barry Switzer. But where are you? So many of you were talking shit. So many of you were writing shit. So many of you were blogging shit. So many of you were texting shit. Where are you? The last time the Colorado Buffaloes mattered was the Cordell Stewart era. Look that up. That's right. Cordell Stewart and Michael Westbrook, who beat the shit out of Stephen Davis. That was the guy he beat up, the running back, Stephen Davis for Washington. The one that ended up becoming a Pro Bowl running back. And Michael Westbrook, remember when he beat up that guy? That was Stephen Davis he beat up. Larry in Columbus, you can't let Greer hire another coach. His draft, no, but this would be a coaching hire from above if you make the Vrabel one. Once you make the Vrabel one, you're neutering everybody, is what you're doing. I don't think you guys are picking up on everything I'm talking about. Horn Dog says, I really don't understand why college head coaches are judged off one. No, that's because he's black, dude. That's because he's black and loud. That's why he's judged off 1 year. Okay? Check out what we're doing with a black VP. Not that I'm a Harris fan at all. Nobody ever gives a shit about vice presidents. But all of a sudden, they blame her for everything. When vice presidents have always been tools, they're nothing, pretty much. In the history of time, nobody ever gives a shit about vice presidents. We never gave a shit about Bush while he was with Reagan. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny, you know? But when there's a shade of color involved, something seems to happen differently. You know? So that's my theory, Horn Dog, and I'm sticking to it. Okay? So, you know, judging a coach after 1 year, it shows that there's some bias in you, bro. The guys have been there for 1 year. They won 4 times the amount of games they won the year before, and everybody knows them, and he put them on the map, and he put their brand on the map in the first year. Who does that shit? Who does that? Who goes to a nothing program? Not Michigan or Alabama, or if you go on a down year to Michigan or Alabama, had a couple years, and then you go in there and you lift them up. Well, that's Michigan, Alabama, and yeah, they're supposed to be that. This is Colorado, bro. Nobody gives a shit about Boulder. Okay? That guy went in there, and in the first year, what he did was miraculous, was magical, was amazing. And instead of giving him a crap ton of praise, we actually had idiots going after him and predicting doom and gloom. How can you do that? It's just 1 year. And the guy won 4 more games than the prior coach. And he made people start loving the Buffalo. Famous people, actors and players, and all, they're flying into Boulder for games. The sidelines are full of stars. Who the hell do you think is bringing those stars, dude? It's Deion Sanders. That's the amazing part, Horn Dog. In 1 year, he did incredible shit. And instead of praising the man, saying, wow, that is amazing what he's done in 1 year, no, we're looking to tear him down. And guess what happens? It's going to blow up in your face because that's the wrong guy to try to tear down, dude. Sorry, you picked on the wrong guy. You don't like his style? He's too brash, he's too loud, too colorful for you? That's so bad. Too bad. There's a lot of substance there. And you keep losing the substance because you keep worrying about the flash. And that's exactly what he wants you to do. Keep worrying about the flash, he'll nail you with the substance. Because he was prime time. But then when he was covering you, he was all business. And then when he caught the ball and he was returning it on you, he was all business. And then when he was on the sidelines, he was all show. You go ahead, keep looking at the bling and keep looking at all the other stuff. That's what he wants you to do. And then meanwhile, on the field, he's taking advantage of you because you're an idiot and you keep thinking about all the extracurricular stuff. And that's what he wants you to do. Deion plays chess while most are playing checkers. So I just want to know, where are they? Where are they? Because I don't see them. I don't see anybody apologizing. I don't see anybody backtracking. I don't see anybody admitting that, wow, yeah, Deion's a damn good coach. They're 6-2. They're just getting better as a program. Kudos to him. Now it's, he'll lose Shador. How can he get anything else out? He'll never get anything else out. All right, bro, whatever. So that's what they'll do this offseason. And Deion's name brought national attention. That's right. Yeah. Well, their play is 6-2, Jimmy. And their play is bringing national attention. Jimmy, I'm sorry, I must have missed it. Was their quarterback the year before when they won one game, or 5 years before, was he in the Heisman talk? Must have missed it. So isn't that their play? Isn't what Travis Hunter does on the field? Is that not their play? Is that what they're talking about? Is Travis Hunter not maybe the first ever two-way player? Yeah. No, it's definitely not about what goes on in the field. No, of course not, Jimmy. No, not at all. Another guy that doesn't see what's actually going on. If you're going to hire a college coach, get the dude at Indiana. He's won everywhere he goes. Yeah, that's a good one. That's good. Well, we don't need one here. We got a college coach right now. We're good. Let's see. Our winning culture slipped through Tim Robbie's hands. Yeah, once Shula was gone, we haven't had a culture in place. Let's see. Big O, hope you have a great show and day, and at work, gotta go. There you go. Thank you, Pedro. Appreciate you. Clyde Hyde, man, Greer needs to go effective immediately. You build a good team from the bottom, you tear a bad team down from the top. And I'm not telling you anything. All I'm telling you is all that stuff will happen in the offseason. They don't do that in the regular season. Fractured Westbrook's orbital bone. Wait, Sealer got poked in the eye, right? Yeah. Sealer was poked in the eye. Yeah. Poked in the eye. That breaks your orbital bone every single time. Every time. Seriously. Every time you get poked in the eye. I mean, the Three Stooges would have been on the IR all the time. Luckily, they went like this. Big O, should we get Deion as head? No, he's fine at Colorado, bro. I don't think Deion wants anything to do with the NFL anyways. Deion's not for the NFL. Deion's better for college. I think he's better to be around young men and teach them about life and football and stuff. I think it's better for Deion. And again, I think people will see that and say, life. And yeah, life. He's good about that. I think I like Deion. I like his style. It's a real style coaching. he's not there blowing smoke up kids' asses all the time. He's giving him the tough love. Okay. I've been more than obvious about where I stand with Deion. I am completely on his side. I've always been a believer of Deion Sanders. I've watched him since he was a young man. I know what I'm watching. I'm watching a special dude, bro. Really special dude. He's got that it factor that most people will never, ever have, never even come close. And not just as a player, but as a leader and everything. He's just got it. Always been that way. Problem is, he does it in a way that is not attractive to some people. And so, because it's not done traditionally, it turns them off. But it doesn't mean that it's not effective and it doesn't work. It works. It works a lot. Big O, what if Saban wanted another shot at the NFL? Yeah, no, that's not the thing. Ryan and Jay want Trump. There you go. Could happen. Jim Cramer, he said Harris was winning. That's all you need to. When Jim Cramer says anything, you go opposite. So I thought for sure Harris was going to win. Because all the crazy shit Trump says, okay, I think you figure, even though Harris sucks, but all right, they'll settle for her and they won't vote for the orangutan. But once Jim Cramer said that he can't see how Trump wins, that's the kiss of death, bro. So, I didn't think Trump would win, but now, after Jim Cramer, I'm done. Either way, my Bitcoin bags are going to pump either way because both of these idiots are going to print a lot of money. So it doesn't really matter who gets in. In the end, they will both pump Bitcoin to hell because they're all going to print a lot of money. Trump printed a record $8 trillion, and he'll print a new record this year and bury our dollar even more. So if Trump gets in or if Harris gets in, Dems already print a ton of money. So they'll just keep printing that money. What's worse this season, Jets or Dolphins? It both sucks. They both suck. Clyde Hyde, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Dude, 67. Saban could be head coach and Flo defensive coordinator. Let me see. Prixie, whatever, Saban, or for real, we could have had Drew Brees. Yeah. We should have had Drew Brees twice. It was not just that was the second go around. Should have had him on the first go around. No one's flying in Miami to watch this BS that Greer built. Yeah. Let's see. What else? Once you leave the NFL for college, you don't come back. No, because Pete Carroll came back. He went to USC and came back. So that happens. Sometimes you'll go to college and then you'll come back. It's possible, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's not impossible. But it's something that it's happened before. Colorado's in the worst conference. It doesn't matter, dude. They weren't even in the Big 12 before, right? Weren't they? Didn't they just join the Big 12? Wasn't it like that, Sean? Didn't they just join the Big 12? I want to say Colorado just joined the Big 12. So they were probably in what was the conference they were in before? Were they in the pack? Were they one of the teams that left the pack? I don't know why I want to say that they just joined the Big 12. They won one game, dude. Hey, let's see. What is it? Colorado's in the worst conference. Hey, Josh, just because you're wrong about Deion, don't keep digging yourself in the abyss, bro. Don't keep. You know what you sound like, Josh? You're fucking stupid, bro, and ignorant. Seriously. You're stupid and ignorant. The team wasn't even on the map 2 years ago. They didn't have a Heisman hopeful on there. They didn't have one of the best college football players and Travis Hunter on their team, they weren't winning 6 games in any conference, dude. They weren't winning 6 games in Conference USA. So you're one of the idiots that diss Deion, and now you're trying to justify it. So I'm just going to tell you up front, Josh Miller, you're an idiot. You're a freaking moron. Okay? Trying to justify the conference. Clase come mierda. Yes, sir.
All right, 96 to 2010, they were the Big 12. Then they went to the Pac-12, right. 2011 to 23, and then now.
Okay. Stupid. Like some of you out there. Bro, Josh, just admit I'm one of the guys that diss Deion and not. Instead of looking even dumber by trying to justify it that they're in a bad conference. Like, really, like some of you out there, do you have any intelligence? Josh Miller, do you have any intelligence, bro? Seriously, do you have any intelligence? Because it doesn't seem like you have any intelligence. Stupid, bro. There's some of you out there, I don't know how you even get by in life, dude. How? How do you even pass a driving test? JCA, Aquavision, thank you, sir. Anthony Campos, Bradley Maddox. Can't stand McDaniel anymore. Oh, well, I mean, he's a goofball. He just doesn't, he's not a leader. Fish Whistle says, my pops wanted Bieniemy in Miami with the Finns bad. A lot of people have wanted Bieniemy to get an opportunity. Your dad's not the only one. Aquavision, Mr. Majestic. Who was the last head coach Dolphins hired that was a head coach? Johnson. No. Wanstead. Wanstead was a head coach before. He was a rookie coach of the year, I believe. I think that's what it was. Or coach of the year, I think it was, with the Chicago Bears. Believe it or not. Yeah. Wanstead was coach of the year with the Bears. And then he came back to Miami as a head coach. So, yes, it's happened before. Let's see. What else do we have? I still feel like the Dolphins have a chance. Oh, God. Well, they don't have a chance for anything, dude. The season is over for the Dolphins. Okay? What we're watching here from here on out is just to see who you want to keep for next year. Who can you move on from? What do they need in the draft? That's all I'm assessing from here on out. You need a new coach, and you got to make changes. Okay? You got to make a bunch of changes. So I am definitely I'm not selling you that bullshit. You guys, listen, if you fans out there, you want to just lie to yourselves, hey, God bless you, man. You go ahead and lie to yourself. Oh, well, if we do this and if we do that, maybe. No, look what you've watched. What does that tell you? This is the same guy that the first year had no idea what down it was in a playoff game. That was the ultimate sign for us, dude. What head coach doesn't know what down it is in a playoff game? That was it. That was the moment that we all should have known that's not the guy. Right there. I've never seen that in my life. It's a playoff game. You're calling the plays, and you don't know what down it is. Yesterday was something going on, and he's standing there like what's going on? And I'm just so I've been done with this guy. I'm just so done with this guy. He's an absolute joke. An absolute joke. Yeah, I saw that yesterday with Trump and Puerto Rico Island and all that. Yeah. I mean, that's typical of what goes on there. I mean, and yet he still might be your president. So be prepared. Be prepared. I didn't think it could happen, but Once Jim Cramer did that, that's it. It's all right. The team reminds me of the Biden administration where no one gets fired, even with the incompetence. Colorado was originally, yes, we got that already, Bill. Thank you very much. Travis Hunter is a beast. Yes, sir. Larry in Columbus. No on Deion. Sorry, Big O. I ain't on board with that one. Well, Larry, you look like an idiot. That's all. That's fine by me, bro. I don't give a shit. He's a hell of a coach. Very few people could be 6-2 in their second year in Colorado. Very few people. But I get it, Larry. You got some bias somewhere. Because I don't know how anyone denies 6-2 in your second year and you're not doing one hell of a job. And marketing-wise, you're one of the top logos, top sellers in the country. I'm not exactly sure what more you need to see, but that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Let's see. Estamos jodido, Big O. Oh, yeah. Either way, it doesn't matter which one gets in. We're screwed either way. We're so screwed, it's not even funny. Big O, my group officially pulled the plug on the Houston road trip. LOL. You still going to yeah. We're going to Buffalo this week. And we're going to LA. Yeah. I'm good, bro. I can't wait to go to the Buffalo trip. It's not about the game. It's about being in the bar, in a Dolphins bar with a whole bunch of Dolphins fans. That's it. It's about what happened yesterday. I don't care. What happened on Saturday, I care. I went for the Dolphin gathering. There were like 400, 500 Dolphin fans there hanging out. Fantastic people. Got to hang out. Got to meet a bunch of them that listen and support the show. Dude, that's fans from Mexico, fans from Ireland, fans from Australia. It was like all over the place. It was freaking awesome. Okay? So to me, I saw Ohio John and his wife, Big E. You know, I good time. Jason Sarney. I saw a whole bunch of great people out there. I hung out with NorCal. It was beautiful. You know, so I don't care, dude. Saw the positive porpoise. You know, it just, I could just, I'm trying to remember all the different people that I saw. Lou, I didn't see Ashley, but I saw Lou, you know, so to me, that's what it's all about. And then in Los Angeles, I'm going, and we're got a Dolphin show at John Phillips' place, Jalen Phillips' dad's place on Saturday. Then on Sunday, we'll be at Sharky's. And we'll have all kinds of Dolphins. Hey, dude, the season sucks. It is what it is. We've had all kinds of bad luck again, and we don't have the right coach, but I'm still a Dolphins fan. I'm still going to watch all the games. I'm going to either cheer about it or complain about it, one of the two. But I'm not giving up. And my LA trip, I bit it again. My LA trip can't be ruined. Why? I got 4 concerts, man. So, you know, either they win on Monday and they cap off a great week, or they lose and cap off a great week. Either way, I get to meet a ton of Dolphins from all around the world on Saturday and Sunday, and I get to go to 4 concerts. I get to go see one of my favorite young bands in Dirty Honey twice at the Troubadour and at the Whiskey A Go-Go, 2 legendary rock clubs. I get to go see Patti Smythe on Thursday. Okay. Love Scandal. Love her music. Been a fan of hers for a long time. Never seen her in concert. So I get to see her. I get to see the for the second time in my life. I've only seen Matt Johnson one time open up for Depeche Mode years ago at the Miami Arena, the Violator tour. So I am going to see 4 amazing concerts, and I'm hoping to see a great Dolphins win. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I know I'm going to meet a lot of great Dolphins fans and get to hang out with them. And to me, that's what it's all about. Okay? I'm still going to be a Dolphins fan, but there's a great way for all of us to connect. And that's the way I see it. Remember, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Many ways to make a donation on the program. Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. And send in your question, comments, insults, compliments, all of that. Ho Yoon on Venmo, thank you, sir. Much love. Thank you for your amazing commitment every single day. Rise Taylor, thank you for the love on Venmo. He says, Tua with 38 pass attempts and Achan with only 10 carries is criminal. I'm sick of this. At least the Heat have the best in the business, an exciting trio to build around in Jaquez, Jovic, and Khalil Ware. Damn, Rise. Okay, so you're not a Panthers fan. Because really, the Panthers are the Heat aren't even close to a title. They're not even close to sniffing even a deep run in the playoffs. If you're a Panthers fan, now the Panthers and Inter Miami, those are the elite teams right now in town. But maybe you're not a Panthers fan or an Inter fan. Heat should have a nice season. I don't think they're anything special at this moment. But the good thing will be following the development of the young guys. Abel Rodriguez, thank you for the love on Cash App, sir. Appreciate you. For McD has crashed the F1 car for sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, he has. And then he sent in another Cash App. Thank you, Abel. This season, the Dolphins and the Titanic are the same, basically. You are correct, my friend. You are correct. That they are. That they are. So Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal is the ways that you can donate and send in your questions, comments, and insults. All right. Big O right. We're still Fins fans, win or lose. Yeah. What are we going to do? I'm not ever leaving my Fins. It sucks and it's painful. It's been going on for decades. But we're still going to stay here, bro. We're going to be here no matter what. I put up with a lot of bad Panther years until, Viola and Sifu took over and finally straightened shit out. I could do the same thing here. Coach Prime has loyal Canes fans supporting the Buffs. Nobody cared about Colorado until he got there. Now just about all their games are televised everywhere he's gone. So far, he's turned the program. Of course he has. Clyde, anybody that tries to downplay what Deion's done is just a hater or a racist. Period. End of story. It's one of those two. And both are surrounded with ignorance. There's no reason to hate that guy. He's a very good human being. Never arrested, never hitting women, no sexual assault, no stealing, no nothing, dude. Why? Because he's just loud? Why? Because he's colorful? Is that why you hate him? He's a great player. All he's done in coaching is improve Jackson State, give them a what's it called, platform they never ever had in their lives. He's improved all of his assistant coaches that have gone with him because he got them better salaries in Colorado. Now he's improved the Colorado program. He improved the Atlanta Falcons. He improved the San Francisco 49ers. He improved the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know what more you want from the guy. Not sure. I don't see anything bad in Deion Sanders. I only see greatness in Deion Sanders. All I see is greatness oozing out from the guy. Now, does he do it differently than somebody else? Yeah. Yeah, he does it his way. But his way is harmless. His way is helpful. His way is impactful. It's awesome. It's entertaining. I don't know what's wrong with Deion Sanders. I don't see anything wrong with Deion Sanders. Brothers and sisters, if you can walk the talk, I'm good. The people like Tyreek Hill that talk a lot of shit and then don't live up to it, that's what I have a problem with. Deion Sanders has lived up to everything he's ever done. Problem is, so many of you, you're just in line waiting for him to fail. It's just like there's people in this world that just live to hate. That's it. That's all it is. You just live to hate. That's all. Instead of just praising what deserves to be praised. You send your kid there, your kid's in better hands than in most places because he's going to take a fatherly approach to it. He's not going to allow your kid to be screwing around. He's going to make your kids hit the books. He's going to make your kids be the best football players and the best people they can possibly be. I don't understand any kind of Deion Sanders hate. Don't understand it at all. Yeah, AJ, Dolphins always look good on paper. You are correct. I wonder if the Dolphins could maybe get on a roll and win 8 or 9. Oh, please. Bill McCraney, he improved the Aflac too. Yeah, with Saban. Yeah, he did. He did improve those commercials because they were bad with Saban. Oh, just look at what Deion Sanders has done at HBCU football. Because of him, you're able to watch any HBCU game on multiple platforms. I get to watch my Alabama State Hornets every weekend. You know, Horn Dog, it's just there's a lot of bias in this world, man. You know, and you see it everywhere. A lot of bias. Oh, man. Ragin says, I'd be thrilled if they hired Deion Sanders for head coach. The Finns might be good for real this time. Yeah, the only problem is, Ragin, I don't think he wants anything to do with the NFL. I don't think so. I think he's perfect for college. I think he's the kind of guy you want around kids. And you want a man that is going to tell them what life is really about. Not the guy we have here that, is blowing unicorns and rainbows up your ass all the time. Adolfo says, I grew up in South America and the NFL does not exist down there, but baseball is really big. And I knew Deion, the baseball player, a really phenomenal athlete. Yeah, he was. He was a phenomenal athlete. One of the best athletes we've ever seen in our lives. Let's see. He put both Colorado and Jackson State on the map. We had Jackson State nationally televised every week. I know. Are they going to trade high-priced veterans before the deadline? Probably not. I don't think so because of the cap hits that come with it. Then it limits what you can do, and then it becomes like a real teardown after that. You've got to try to tweak what you have next year and try to win with what you have because you're stuck with all these salaries. That's why I'm saying you need a good head coach, because a good head coach will be able to tweak and adjust to what you have and win with what you have. Whereas a bad head coach like the one we have right now cannot find a way to overcome. That's the reality, man. It's safe to say that JH is injury prone. JH. Oh, Javon Holland. He's become injury prone. He wasn't injury prone, but man, Jesus Christ, dude. That poor guy has had some bad luck here the last 2 years. It's only the last 2 years. It's the knee things, and then now this year. So it's not really like his whole career. It wasn't in college. It wasn't really early on in his NFL career, the first couple of years. It's been the last 2 years. You know what I mean? And I think he's a hell of a player. I really do. I really like Javon Holland, but wow, that poor man has gone through just some bad luck here. I'm not going to say injury prone. I'm just going to say bad luck. That's why it's It's been injury prone the last 2 years, but I think it's more about bad luck than anything else. I don't think this is who he is, but Jesus, the poor guy. Terrible luck. Terrible, terrible luck. So yeah, it's been an ugly 2 years for him, unfortunately. Yeah. Jalen Wright again, Lenny. What can I tell you, bro? Bad coach. When you have a bad coach, as I told somebody, when you hire a clown, you could end up with a circus. And Mike McDaniel is a nice man, but it's pure buffoonery what we're watching right now. All right, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Yesterday, the Dolphins lost to the Cards 28-27, dropping to 2-5. They take on the Bills on Sunday. Bills are favored by 6.5. The over and under is 48. Not that I'm betting, but I think 6.5 is a gift. I think the Bills easily win by double digits in this one. Tonight, by the way, Heat are back in action, and they host the Pistons. They will, of course, honor Dwayne Wade and the statue, all of that. 7:30 tip for the Heat and the Pistons. Pistons are 0-3. Tonight on the ice, the Panthers visit the Sabres in Buffalo. Saturday at noon, Duke is visiting number 5 Miami. And Saturday at 7 o'clock, Atlanta is taking on Inter Miami. In the first round of the playoffs. It's game 2. Miami is leading 1-0 in this series. A win, and they advance. Tonight, 8:15, Monday Night Football, Giants and Steelers. Steelers are favored by 6. The over and under is 36.5. Game 3 of the World Series tonight on Fox, 8:08 State, or 8:08 p.m. Dodgers and Yankees, Walker Buehler versus Clark Schmidt. And that is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. Please call Alan Blanco and the great people at 3A Graphics, 786-618-1443. Richard Ray, thank you for the love on the super chat. Big O, I've seen enough. What do you think of Mike Vrabel? Wow, bro, you're just tuning in. Ray, we've talked a lot about it. I love Vrabel. Okay, we've talked a lot about it. I guess you didn't watch the post-game show yesterday. It's all there. I love him. I would bring him in right now, even though I know they're not going to fire anybody. But that's what I would do right now. I would fire Mike McDaniel, hire Mike Vrabel, and give him 10 games to assess the roster. That's what I would do. So I've said that several times already. I wasn't on board for, I didn't think I'm convinced they're not going to make any changes this year is what I really wanted to say. But I'm at a point now where there's no reason to keep Mike McDaniel anymore. None whatsoever. He cannot win. So I would make the move. Adolfo Foliaco, not sure if we're stuck with bad salaries. Aren't those 2-year contracts? I'm sure we can release a lot of players next year. I'm missing something here. Yeah, you are missing. Salary cap. The signing bonuses get accelerated, and then they take up all kinds of space, and then you're going to have to release even more players after that. Not just the couple that you signed the big contracts. It'll force you to release other players, and your roster will be like won't have any talent. I don't think you do that right now. That's why I'm saying you bring a Vrabel in and you try to tweak what you have because you're committed already to these salaries for a couple of years. So play it out with a real coach instead of a Mickey Mouse coach like you have right now. Because what's going to happen is what I've told you. They're not going to fire anybody. And then in the offseason, they're going to say, oh, well, we're going to try to fix this. And then they're going to come back with everybody again, and it's going to happen all over again. And then they fire everybody at the end of the next season. So if we're going to do all of that, I already see what Mike McDaniel is. It's 3 years in, dude. Nothing's changing. Nothing. So technically, we've had winning seasons since Shula, but I understand what you mean. Yeah, it's the everything that's gone on post Shula is coaches that either barely miss the playoffs or barely make the playoffs and get booted out right away. That's all the most anybody's ever accomplished here. Jimmy, whoever, doesn't matter. All the way up to Mike McDaniel. The most they've ever done is just barely make the playoffs or just barely miss the playoffs. That's why I made that video a few years back of being stuck in the middle, because that's kind of who we are. We've been stuck in the middle for a long, long time, and we're stuck in the middle again. Actually, we're even worse than the middle now. JC, thank you for the love on the super chat. Canadian Big O fan, we need to get direction from front office or bring Vrabel. Okay. As I've repeated over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I get it, but they won't make any personnel changes till the offseason. That's just the way it goes in the NFL. They change after the draft is when they make any changes. And if they bring in any new personnel people, they'll bring them in and they'll be working with the current people. They'll be in charge, not the older group. The newer group will be in charge, and then they'll release the older group after the draft. That's the way it goes. Unless there is a personal fight in there where it becomes nasty, and that's not the case. That's the only way personnel people are released, in the middle of a season or right when the season ends or something like that. It's always after the draft. Okay? So just kind of, I hate repeating, but I've had to repeat that like 8 times because I get it. People come in and out of the whole thing. Totally agree. It's not the players, it's the leadership. That's all the way from the GM down. Well, the owner too, since he's allowing it. Jesse, I'd love to argue with you and tell you you're wrong, but when you're right, my man. And Jesse, you're right. Andrew Moore, I'm confused. You told me the playoffs. I was wrong. It wasn't single elimination. It's a series here in the first round. Okay? My bad. I got that wrong. Big O, would you change? Would a change on who calls the offensive? He's not going to do that. So it doesn't really matter. And I don't think that's really going to matter anyway. Yesterday, the defense was dog shit. Yesterday, Weaver had a really bad, that was his worst game. That was a pathetic game for Anthony Weaver. That was really bad. So, actually, Vrabel's already a consultant right now, Adolfo. You can't steal him for a lateral position. If you're going to steal him, you steal him to make him your head coach. He's already giving, who was it, Sean? Was it the Browns, I want to say you told me? Right? It was the Browns, correct? Yeah, it was the Browns that I believe he told me, because I knew he was a consultant. I just wasn't sure what team. He looked it up the other day, and I believe he told me he was a consultant for the Browns, if I remember correctly. But if you're going to steal him off of that position, you got to hire him as a head coach. So you need to fire your guy and hire him is what you need to. That's what I would do. That gives Vrabel 10 games to just figure shit out. I don't care that things are going to get adjusted and changed. I don't care, dude. I need to fix this head coaching position first and foremost. Okay? And that's it. Let's see. Do you agree the Lions are the best team in the NFL, even though KC is undefeated? No, I'm going to go KC. You got to beat the champion, bro. No, great job by Detroit and a beautiful job by Dan Campbell and his staff. But no, Kansas City is the best team in the NFL. Until proven otherwise, they're the ones winning titles. Last time I checked. They're the ones going for 3 in a row. Something nobody has done ever in the NFL era. Okay? NFL championship was different, but in the NFL era, Super Bowl era, nobody's ever won 3 in a row. They're challenging for that. So no, KC is the best team on the planet, period. Until proven otherwise. Let's see. Scott Bonus says, Big O, do you ever think Kirby Smart from Georgia will get a shot at coaching in the NFL? Would you want to take a shot at him if you were a GM? Probably not. Probably not. I don't know if I really want a college football coach. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I really want that. That's such a gamble. Most of them end up failing. So very few succeed. Yeah, no, I would probably not want Kirby Smart. I want Mike Vrabel. I want a proven winner in Mike Vrabel. I want a guy that has no business not being employed as one of the 32 best coaches in the NFL. Because I think Mike Vrabel is one of the 12 best coaches in the NFL. I don't know what happened with the sorry-ass Titans. Look at them now. Okay? The Titans are only good to beat the Dolphins. That's it. That's all they're good for, to beat the Dolphins. Outside of that, they're a pathetic organization, and they fired Mike Vrabel. So they're a joke. No, give me Mike Vrabel, bro. I don't want no Kirby Smart. I don't want any college coach. Give me Mike Vrabel. Give me a proven, tough son of a bitch. That's what I want. Give me a proven, tough son of a bitch that can adjust, that can win games with lesser quarterbacks, that finds a way. Give me that guy. Mike Vrabel, I don't know how somebody didn't hire him right away. I don't understand that one. I really don't. Keeping Crossman after the season one had me off McDaniel. I don't blame you, Andrew. I am sold that McDaniel's not the guy. He had great play designs, but that's about it. Maybe he would be a better second go around. However, I just don't see us moving on this year. I agree. Financial wisdom unleashed. Frankie says, do you think the Chiefs team is going to go undefeated this season? No, they'll lose. Everybody loses. Thanks, O. I'm trying to do this soccer thing since my son loves it so much. Good for you, Andrew. Take some time. We'll all learn. I'm still learning everything about the MLS again. You know, thanks to Inter Miami now, back and all of that. I kind of tuned out the MLS and watched it very casually once we lost the Fusion. So I didn't really follow the league heavily. So that's why I misled you, and I apologize. Let's see. Big O Vrabel won with Tannehill. I know. I just don't want to start all over again. That's why I'm saying that with Vrabel, you don't necessarily start all over again. You let him tweak what you currently have and try to win with what you currently have. And I think you can. I really do. I really believe that Mike Vrabel will get a lot more out of this roster than Mike McDaniel does. For sure. For sure. I think guys will then get even more on board. The style will change. You're going to have a guy that's much more demanding, but the results will be better. And then that's what really buys you in it for any player. You can deal with any coach as long as they win. Even if they're jerks, if they win, you will deal with it. That's kind of the way it is. And I haven't been told that Vrabel's like a jerk. He's a hard-nosed coach, but he's not necessarily known as like a jerk. That's not really the case. Let's see. The KC defense is leading that team. Think how scary that is considering they have Mahomes. Yeah, I know. Yep. You're right. Big O, like you've said before, I don't think this from front office will get another crack at hiring. No, I don't. It's just that the changes in the offseason won't come till later for that part of the team. If they make any changes, it'll be in May. I promise you that. The head coach one is the one you can make now. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Dude, shit's going to hit the fan. They're 2-5. They're about to be 2-6. The season's over. It's only going to get worse. There's no way people survive this. So everyone is going to end up getting fired here. everyone's going to end up paying the price here when it's all said and done. Eventually, if it's not now, it's in the off season. And if it's not in the off season and they just tweak, it'll be next year. You cannot win with Mike McDaniel. I am more than convinced of that. I am more than convinced that he is too inept to win. Sorry. It's just not there. EJD Construction, they do a great job. Eric, 305-433-4843. Dade and Broward County, amazing work. You're going to love it. Go to their Instagram page at EJD Construction. Go check it out. They've been at this for 20 years now. Better Business Bureau. They get a AAA plus rating. They are fully insured, liability and workers' comp, which is incredibly important. If you have anybody work at your home, make sure whoever you hire is fully insured. That way you can't be sued if somebody gets hurt on your property. Call Eric right now. This is his personal cell number, 305-433-4843. All right. Let's do a little music before I go around the NFL and talk about a couple of other NFL things going on. By the way, where is Bitcoin? Are we still hovering around 69 or what? 68,490. All right. I was hoping for 70 today. Let's see. We go with musicians. Let's start off with musicians celebrating birthdays today. And first and foremost, Frank Ocean, born in 1987. Let's see who else. Stephen Morris, drummer for Joy Division, born on this date in 1957. William Reed from the Jesus and Mary Jane, born in 1958. Who else celebrating birthdays today? Man, this is not a necessarily Charlie Daniels. There we go. 1936. Devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind. He was way behind, but he was willing to make a deal. Passed away at the age of 83 in 2020. Charlie Daniels. I saw him 2 years before that at 81 years old, and his voice was still as powerful as ever. It's amazing, dude. He sounded freaking awesome still. It was pretty impressive. All right, let's go with other famous folk celebrating birthdays today. Bill Gates is 69. Caitlyn Jenner is 75. Or Bruce, I don't know, however you want to look at it. Joaquin Phoenix is 50. Julia Roberts is 57. Annie Potts is 72. She's such a cutie. Troyan Belisario, TV actress, is 39. It's a pretty good list for the actors and famous people here. Matt Smith, actor, 42. Let's see who else celebrating birthdays today. Brad Paisley, country singer, 52. Singing about insurance with Peyton Manning. Lucy Bronze, soccer player, is 33. Gwendolyn Christie, movie actress, 46. Andy Richter, TV host, 58. And that is it. It's not a bad list for famous folk. Sean, do you have wrestlers born on this date?
Yes, we do. Alex Zane turns 38. Christy Hemme, she's 44. Dan Maff is 51. Rocky Romero, he turns 42. And the man that's half man, half amazing, MVP, Montel Vontavious Porter, turns 51 today. Those are your birthdays for October 28th, 2024.
All right. Let's go with music history today. There's always something going on in music history. And today, on October 28th, in 1977, the Sex Pistols, Nevermind the Bollocks, Here's the Sex Pistols, was released in America. In 72, the United States Council for World Affairs announced that they would be using The Who's Join Together as their official theme song. In 78, Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park premiered on NBC. Tremenda mierda. In 97, REM drummer Bill Berry announced that he was leaving the group after 17 years to become a farmer. In 2003, Young the Giant, I love Young the Giant, released It's About Time, the lead single off their second album, Mind Over Matter. I'm a huge Young the Giant fan. In 2008, a statue honoring the late AC/DC singer Bon Scott was unveiled in Western Australia, where Bon was raised after his family moved from there from Scotland. And that's what happened today in music history. Also in music and entertainment, it happened yesterday. I'd be remiss if I did not mention it because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I've always been a big fan of the Warriors. And actor David Harris.
Hey, now look at what you find here in the big city.
Who famously appeared in the 79 film The Warriors, passed away at the age of 75. The star played the role of Cochise in the cult movie, which follows a gang that travels across New York City after being framed for a murder of a gang leader. Harris's daughter, Davina, revealed that he passed away from cancer. The actor was born in New York and attended the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, landing his first major role in the TV film Judge Horton and Scottsboro Boys. The Warriors, which was directed by Walter Hill, became his breakthrough role, and despite his initial negative reception, the film has gone on to become a cult classic and has been reassessed by critics. It feels great to know that you're part of some film history, Harris told the 5 Count in 2014. Certain actors are blessed enough to get in a film that is just iconic, and people are going to talk about it for the next 1,000 years. Opening up further its cult status, the star admitted, "We never thought this film would turn out to be an international cult classic. We never thought that. I don't think Walter thought that. The director, none of the producers thought that." He added, revealing that he'd have quite a following around the world. Harris also appeared in such films as The Purple Heart, A Soldier's Story, as well as TV series as MacGyver, Hill Street Blues, The Equalizer, Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, Elementary, and First Wives Club. There you go. Since the news broke, many have paid tribute to Harris on social media and all that good stuff. So it's pretty cool. I love the movie, and I have a habit of watching, the movie every once in a while.
It turns out that the early reports were wrong. All wrong.
That's right. So.
You hear me, babies? Good. Real good.
So, yeah, I always, I'm loaded with Warrior sound bites. Like you people out there that diss Deion.
You never were very smart.
It's a problem with you people. You know what I mean? You got to understand that Deion Sanders is
ready to fight.
That's what he is. And you downplayed it, right? And you think the Dolphins winning next week would be a miracle?
That's crap, brothers.
That's right.
That is a miracle.
So that's the way it goes. What can I tell you?
Can you dig it?
Okay. All right. You know what we need? We need a coach that tells them you need to do this or
I'll shove that bat up your ass and turn you into a popsicle.
it's the kind of coach we need. I'm just saying. And if you don't do what he says,
Adios.
that's the kind of coach we need. We don't have a coach like that right now. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. We need a coach that will
Secure our territory. Secure our turf. Because it's all our turf.
We don't have a coach like that. We need a coach like that.
Send the word.
Just saying. R.I.P. Coach East. And thank you for allowing me to mix in the Dolphins and Deion Sanders in there with the sound bites. Some of the best sound bites you can get right there from that movie. John Padilla says, what up, Big O? Checking in from San Jose. Dolphins always disappoint. Well, it's kind of what they do, bro. You know, the Dolphins are a disappointment. They love to disappoint. That's what they are. They will never not disappoint. Agree with 100% with your support of Mike Vrabel. I mean, right now, can it hurt? No. Let's see. I get so much satisfaction seeing Rodgers lose every week. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. I think you're losing it if you still think McDaniel is the only problem. Corey, where find the audio that I said McDaniel is the only problem. Find the audio that says that. Do some of you actually like listen to the show? Do you listen to what the host says? Who said that? Where did I say McDaniel was the only problem? I said that right now that's the problem right now that you need to change right this second. That's my point. Everything else can be changed, but it'll be in the off season. You don't do any of that right now. It's not going to get you anywhere. But the coach, you can. I don't know how many times I have to repeat it, but that's and they're still not going to change the coach, as I've told you. Okay, I've been telling you that from the get-go, but now I'm at a point with some of you like, please find a way to do it at least. You cannot go on the entire season with Mike McDaniel as your head coach. It's a really bad look. Really bad look because he just looks very incompetent. Waddle is overrated. Yes, of course he's overrated. He drops way too many footballs. I've been pointing that out for 3 years now. Okay? 3 years now I've been telling you he drops too many footballs. You can never be elite when you drop that many footballs. So yes, Waddle is overrated. And I think I told you he was overrated along with Tyreek when I told you all, don't ever compare him to the Marx brothers. I went on that rant last year, because I was just tired of hearing you people out there that live in this. You're like a prisoner of the moment. And just because this is what you see now, and some of you are too young, you never even saw the Marx brothers. By the way, if you never really watched the Marx brothers and all you saw is some highlights, let me explain something to you. Your opinion doesn't really matter. Just want you to know that. Okay? In my eyes, okay? Somebody young that didn't really watch Clayton and Duper, you can't compare Clayton and Duper to Hill and Waddle. You're not allowed to. You can try. You can if you want, but it will mean nothing in my eyes because what are you going off of? A couple highlights? You didn't watch them every game. You didn't watch them in every play. I did. A lot of us did. We're a little different than some of you out there. So when I see some young writer or something, it's like, yo, bro, relax. Relax. You got 3 balls on your hair. You're barely even 25 years old. You didn't see shit. Relax, bro. Chill out. Chill out. You're 30 years old. What the hell do you know? You didn't see Clayton and Duper. Don't go insulting Clayton and Duper. So I've been telling you that Waddle and Tyreek both are overrated. I mean, how many times have we had the conversation? Game's on the line. Ball is going into the end zone. Tyreek or Oronde Gadsden. It's like not even, it's a no-brainer. Oh, by the way, how do you like those fade patterns with midgets? Huh? That's our head coach right there. Yep. Oompa, loompa, doompa-dee-doo. I've got another fade for you. You will live in depression too, like the Oompa Loompas, doompa-dee-doo. Marx Brothers are the most underrated wide receiver duo of all time. Wish he had guys even a fraction as good and consistent as they were. Yeah, it's not even close. Not even close, dude. Can you imagine the Marx Brothers dropping as many passes for Shula? Oh, God. Oh, my God. That's funny. That's funny. It's funny because we live Shula. And I can't imagine Tyreek playing for Shula. I just can't. There's no chance. Oh, God. Let's see. I'll enjoy another losing season by Miami Dolphins. It is what it is. Well, I'm going to enjoy Buffalo this week and definitely Los Angeles next week. Can't wait to go to Los Angeles. Can't wait to hit all those concerts. It's going to be a blast. And can't wait to meet all you Dolphins on Saturday and Sunday. I don't know about Monday. I'm not looking forward to that Monday game with the Rams. The good thing is I will have a Randy's Donut. I will have Roscoe's Chicken. I will have 4 concerts that I'll go to. I'll meet a ton of Dolphin fans on Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to have a hellacious trip to Los Angeles. And it won't matter if the Dolphins win or lose. It'll be a great trip either way. If the Dolphins win, it's icing on the cake. If the Dolphins lose, I had a beautiful week. They can't ruin my week. They already ruined my season, so they can't ruin my week. You know what I'm saying? So my season's over, so I might as well just enjoy myself and meet Dolphin fans. There's nothing better than meeting Dolphin fans. It's the coolest thing. And getting to talk to you guys, and obviously you all suffer like I do. So I love it, man. Big time. David Ross, thank you, sir. You're a stud on Venmo. Appreciate it. Big O, you said it best. This team doesn't deserve this fan base. Oh, yeah, you guys are the real Super Bowl champs. You guys are the clutch. I was at the game yesterday. I met several groups of people who flew in from New York, Iowa, and Georgia to watch the Dolphins. It's such a shame. Yeah. Yeah, dude. And then I see what happens, in Seattle and the Colts. Thousands of fans. I went to the Hall of Fame with Sean. Thousands and thousands of fans. We have such a phenomenal fan base. Our team doesn't deserve it. The Dolphins organization does not deserve you people at all. At all, dude. They're a disgrace to the fan base. The fan base is Super Bowl caliber. Okay? I saw Big E on Saturday, and here's a guy dealing with all kind of health issues, still doing all the Dolphin events, going to Dolphin games if he can, loves the team. The Dolphins don't deserve Big E. They don't deserve NorCal. NorCal was there on Saturday, there this weekend, and I'm not going to get into his personal business, but he's dealing with something pretty drastic personally, that he shouldn't have been there on Saturday. But it's a responsibility of his to the fans. He's not doing it for the Dolphins. He's doing it for the Dolphins because that's his responsibility. These people are phenomenal, dude. I see 305 Sports Babe. She's setting up parties all over and on the road for fans. I saw it in Indy. Fans from all over the country getting together, meeting each other. So freaking cool. I see what Dolph Freaky does out on the West Coast and all that kind of stuff. The Dolphin Bandits, Gorilla Luke. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. There's so many. Solo D is, dude, he's freaking awesome. All the other 31 teams have a super talented rapper that raps about our team every week, creates videos and those beautiful lyrics that he comes up with and flows like crazy and entertains us with great music, by the way. It's not just a fun sports rap. It sounds great, too, on top of all of that. He puts a lot of freaking work into that, dude. We're going to have the Dolphin Cancer Challenge, which is a great cause, and thousands of Dolphins commit themselves to a great cause. You people are amazing. We have Dolphin bars all over the world. That's one of the things that I have about this platform here. One of my things is that I want to broadcast from every Dolphin bar I can all over the world. That's what I want to do. No show does that because no show is dedicated to the Dolphins like we are. I'm going to be at a Dolphins bar in Niagara this week. And then next week, I'm going to be at 2 Dolphins bars in Los Angeles. Come on, dude. The team doesn't deserve you people at all. At all, dude. Nothing. They don't deserve the Jason Sarneys of the world. Nothing. They don't deserve the Dolphins talk of the world. Marissa, all these people, they don't deserve any of them. None of them. All these fantastic human beings that love the team, that talk about the team, that cover the team, that spend the money, that go to games, that, root on the team, live and die with the team. They don't deserve any of you people out there, dude. None of them. They have done nothing to deserve you guys. And yet, all I hear is that they shit all over the fan clubs. And they don't do enough for the fan clubs. Because, of course, the NFL's like that with everybody. They shit on everybody because they feel like they don't need everybody. Because they got your money. So I don't care. So it's sad, man. It's sad. It's frustrating. It is. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. We've got the QR codes there. Sean will rotate them in and out, and you can use them. Send in your questions, comments, insults, all kinds of great stuff. Always appreciate it. Thank you all out there, and you can do it anytime, anywhere. You can make a donation, and we always appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. It is very cool. Billy is sending me something from from the pub there. He says, created the Saturday night meet and greet event, made sure to make you a host there. Yeah. Oh, so we're going to have a Saturday night meet and greet at the river. I had no idea. I'm just finding out about it right now. So if you happen to live in the Rochester, Buffalo area and you are going to the Bills game, or if you're traveling Saturday, we're having a meet and greet at the River Pub. So we'll be there because we'll be close by. We'll be staying close by the River Pub. So we'll be there. That'll be fun. That'll be great, dude. I love that for Saturday. That is awesome because there's no concerts. I got no good concerts there in that area, so I can't go to a concert, Although, Sean, is there anything on Saturday night in Toronto? I didn't check that. I checked Buffalo. I didn't check Toronto. Would there happen to be a big concert on Saturday night in Toronto somewhere?
Just remember, we arrive at 6:00.
Oh yeah, it won't. It will be hard for me to. No. Yeah, no, that's not gonna make it. No.
And that's into Buffalo at 6.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. No. Well, it depends. If it has an opening act, it's 9:00. I got 3 hours. It's like a 45 1 hour drive to cross the border into Toronto. I don't know if it's if they have an opening act, that means usually they're not going to come on till like 9:00, the headliner. So, maybe, just maybe. Let me see. I never checked. Probably, probably nothing. I doubt that there's anything. Let's see. Let me see what's going on in Toronto this week. Hold on. Here we go. Pull up a little song kick. See what we got on Saturday. Thursday. Friday. Saturday. Pitbull. Not driving for Pitbull. You can forget about that. Los Tigres del Norte. Arriba. Let's see. AC Slater. I don't know what that is. Saved by the Bell? Mickey Guyton and Tall Winder. No, nothing. Nothing. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Holy shit. Sunday night, it's Bruce Springsteen in Toronto. I end the post game at 6. We're talking about the boss here. I rented a car. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I get to see an American treasure. I know it's probably so. I'll buy a ticket. I'll find a way in there. What do you guys think? What do I do? Huh? What do I do? Do I go to Bruce Springsteen in Toronto? An hour away from where I'm at? No, actually, I'm in Niagara. I'm even closer to Toronto. Can somebody help me out there? Like Ragin, if you're watching, or Lisa, if you're watching, any of you that live out in that area, if I'm in Niagara, I'm even closer to Toronto, ain't I? Like, how far am I from there? Abel goes, go see Los Tigres del Norte. Right? I got to go, right? I got to go see Bruce Springsteen. Definitely, dude. I have to go see Bruce Springsteen. That is awesome. Oh, I think I'm going to go. So we're not going to have a 2.5 hour, 3 hour post game show. Maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Get it out, get it done, and move on, bro. And go see the boss. Wow. 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 That is awesome, dude. I gotta work on that. I'm gonna work on that right now. When I get off the air, I'm gonna work on I think I'm gonna go to Bruce Springsteen, man. I'm gonna take my passport and I am gonna go see Bruce Springsteen in Toronto. That is awesome. Not a single catch for OBJ. I mean, he's not the reason why he lost yesterday, you know. Yeah. But it has become a waste of a signing. Total waste of a signing. Taylor Swift is the MVP. She sold out Hard Rock better than the Dolphins. Well, she's produces more than the Dolphins. Go for it. You only live once. Exactly, Michael. That's my whole deal right there. I'm with you. I gotta go. Big O, you're about 45 to 60 minutes drive from Niagara to Toronto, depending on traffic. Oh, so then I go. I'm going to make it. Bruce is going to have an opening act. If I leave at 6, what's the concert start at? 8 o'clock? Let me see. At Scotiabank Arena. Bruce Springsteen. And I'm sure they're going to have an opening act, right? Let's see. Where is it at? Bruce Springsteen, headliner. Damn, it doesn't say the time on this one here, but I'm sure it's like 8 o'clock. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to do it. Definitely. Yeah, that makes too much sense, dude. That makes too much sense. I get to see Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band because he has done some tours lately, you know, where he did all by himself. But now I get to see, and I've seen him with Clarence too back in the day, you know, for Born in the USA tour in the Orange Bowl. I've seen Bruce like 3 or 4 times. He's a slice of Americana, dude. Love Bruce Springsteen. I think I'm going to go. So if I'm 45, 60 minutes away, that's nothing. That's nothing. Heard Bad Bunny is opening for Springsteen. Well, we don't need the torture after the game. Buffalo's destroying us. Yeah. Let's see. Tons of players and coaches have robbed Ross for years. It's a shame. Big O, train from Niagara to Toronto beats crazy traffic. Does it drop me off like at the stadium or what's the I don't know. You got to fill me in on that. I had no idea there was a train also I can take. Is that so? That's better than driving, you're saying, huh? Interesting. Okay. Captain Saki says, I saw Martin Barr in concert last night from the Jethro Tull Band. He was amazing. I'll send you a little video later. Thank you, Captain. Appreciate you. You guys are joking about Bad Bunny, right? There's no way Bad Bunny is the opener for Bruce Springsteen. Come on. That's hilarious. That doesn't go. Get ready to pay a couple thousand. I don't know how much I'll pay, but I can check it out. See, I can test it. I can test the waters and see if the tickets are a decent price. All right. I'll do that right here, right now. Let's see. Okay. And now let's see what we got to pay for Bruce Springsteen. Where are we at? Bastards are not showing me Toronto. I got to look for it. I don't want to do that now. Big O, if a train is viable, it's much preferred to driving. Well, you know, because you're from there. So, but wait a minute. Okay, but wait a minute. Does the train take me to the stadium, or do I have to Uber from this train station to the stadium or to the arena or whatever? I don't even know. That's the thing. What's the deal with all of that? That's the question that I need to know, man. Okay? That's what I need to know. That would be cool to see the boss. That would be very cool to see the boss. I would love that. Big O, did you talk about Dwayne Wade's statue? Yes, I did. I talked about it, and it's we talked about it yesterday in the postgame show too. It's Michael Graham from Georgetown. It's a terrible statue, and the fact that Dwayne Wade approved that statue makes it even worse. He doesn't even know how he looks. How crazy is that? The man doesn't even know how he looks. That's absolutely nutty. Let's see. Clayton and Duper were superior to. Oh, yeah, got it. It's not even close. Yes. The train would go to Union Station a few minutes away from Scotia Bank. Okay. All right. I got to find out. I don't know how much money it's going to be. But if it's a decent price, it's worth it. Okay, because I love Bruce, and I'll go see Bruce. If it's a decent price, I will treat myself to that. Bruce Springsteen is just, that's just the way I look at it, man. Bruce is the man. What else do we have? Dolphin-wise, a lot of people, man, not stepping up. Jordan Poyer has been an outright disappointment, dude. Just an absolute disappointment. He did make one play yesterday, but outside of that, he's been terrible. Jalen Ramsey's had really good moments, and yesterday he had two really bad moments. And, brother, that's what they pay you to do. And you didn't do what you were supposed to do yesterday. You looked like the rest of that secondary and those linebackers. Linebackers, pure garbage in coverage yesterday. Pure garbage. That was terrible. OBJ, not that it had anything to do with the loss, but useless. And by the way, they used him in the slot yesterday. Did you notice that? He's not even a slot receiver. He's an outside guy. You don't want to put him in a physical place. You want to put him in space. Mike McDaniel is a terrible coach. Just a terrible coach. He doesn't even know how to use players the way they're supposed to be used. It's so unacceptable what's going on, dude. It really is. I feel terrible for Calais Campbell, who came here, has played his ass off, has been a stud and a half for this team, and he's an old man that just does not need this shit. He should be with Kansas City. He should be with Detroit. He should be with the team that actually has an opportunity for a title, not with these guys. Most of these guys don't belong in the same locker room with Calais Campbell. I feel bad. Look at Waddle yesterday, another drop. It's just, it's tiring watching people constantly underachieve. And it starts with the guy on the sidelines. And so he kind of sets the example, and then it just trickles down to everybody else. Julian Hill, constant fuck up. The CFUs don't disappear from this team. They appear every single week. So Barry Jackson, by the way, tweets out, Dolphin outside linebackers have 6 pressures and no sacks in their last 85 pass rushing chances. Okay? It's just really hard to watch the constant incompetence of the Miami Dolphins. It really is. It's difficult to deal with. Let's take a look around the NFL and talk about a couple games yesterday. Eagles defeat the Bengals 37-17. And not that you care that Philly is 5-2 or that Cincinnati's 3-5, but here's what you should care about. Mike McDaniel sucks. Mike Gesicki, 7 catches, 73 yards. He averages 10.4 yards per catch for Cincinnati. Somehow or another, Cincinnati and Joe Burrow can use him, but Mike McDaniel, who plays OBJ in the slot, has no idea how to use him. The Browns defeat the Ravens 29-24. Baltimore drops to 5-3. Browns improve to 2-6. Good for Jameis Winston. He went 27 of 41, 334 yards and 2 touchdowns. I encourage you to take a listen to the 8-minute press conference from Jameis Winston after this game. Congratulations to that young man fighting 2 years of adversity, fighting multiple years of adversity, fighting doubt because most of us have given up on Jameis Winston, and he has not. And maybe yesterday was the resurrection of Jameis Winston. I hope so. And watch the press conference. I bet you'll root for him after that. Lions defeat the Titans 52-14. They improved to 6-1. The Titans dropped to 1-6. But what's their only win? That's right. Mike McDaniel and the Miami Dolphins. Pats defeat the Jets 25-22. Jets improve to 2-6. Pats improved to 2-6. Jets dropped to 2-6. Rodgers, marvelous. He lost again, 233 yards and 2 touchdowns. He is a shell of what he used to be. The Bills defeat the Seahawks 31-10. Bills will be pounding on the Dolphins this week. They improved to 6-2. They'll be 7-2 on Sunday. Denver defeated Carolina 28-14. Denver is now 5-3. Got to admit, I'm not a Bo Nix guy. Nice game by him. 28 of 37, 284 yards and 3 touchdowns. Pretty damn good. Bryce Young, by the way, 24 of 37, 224, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in the process. Washington defeats Chicago 18-15. The Commanders are now 6-2. Jaden Daniels, 326 yards, a touchdown, 8 rushes, 52 yards. And Terry McLaurin, 5 for 25. Amazing stuff. Washington is 6-2, man. Impressive. And the Texans defeat the Colts 23-20. So the Texans improved to 6-2. The Colts dropped to 4-4, but they're good enough to beat the Dolphins. The best part about that game was Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson's stats were 10 of 32. 10 of 32 for 175 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He also rushed 6 times for 45 yards. But yet, he was tired. He says, I was tired. I ain't going to lie. That was a lot of running out there. 8 for 52? You mean 10 for, 10 for 32? Is that what you're talking about there? A lot of running because you suck as a quarterback, because you can't throw, because you have no accuracy? I was tired. I ain't going to lie. That was a lot of running right there. I didn't think I was going to be able to go that next play. So I just told Shane I just needed a break there. So Anthony Richardson and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle hang out with each other? I'm tired. It's football. I'm tired. Defense plays. You rest. They have commercials. You rest. They have timeouts. You rest. They have in between quarters. You rest. They have a halftime. You rest. Cam Newton didn't say he was tired. Lamar Jackson that runs a lot more, and he's not tired. Josh Allen's not tired. What is it with these players nowadays? Tired. Tired? Some soft ass shit that goes on in this NFL, dude. Seriously, soft ass shit that goes on in the NFL. It's pathetic. Let's see. Jameis has always been a good QB. No. When you throw 30 interceptions, he made a lot of bad decisions. Jameis needed to mature, and maybe, just maybe, he did. Maybe he's ready to go, baby. Greer, I don't blame as much, but they won't give him a third chance to get a head coach, right? Probably not. He can get the groceries. It's the chef that he has no clue. Yeah. But the problem is the front office gets blamed for the coaching. So you don't escape. Nobody escapes scot-free here. Nobody, not the owner, not the general manager, not the head coach. Nobody. Unfortunately, you're 2-5, bro. Nothing's working. And a lot of shit is failing. So it just ends up looking bad on everybody. And I'm with you. I don't really think it's the talent, the real problem. I really feel that the problem is McDaniel. He's such a terrible coach that it just doesn't give you a chance. You should be 5-2 or 6-1 right now. 4-3, worst case scenario, but really 5-2 at least with a real coach. Put it this way: if Mike Vrabel was your coach, you'd be 5-2. Okay? 5-2. That's what you would be. Dolphins don't deserve all these primetime games. Amen. Dolphin, stop. All of you out there, stop with the Dan Campbell stuff. Dan Campbell would have failed miserably. He had no idea how to be a head coach when he was here. He had no idea how to build an entire coaching staff. He had to go back to school and study under Sean Payton for several years, and then he was ready to go. He was not ready when he was here. He would have been another failed coach like many others because he was not ready. Okay? So stop with the Dan Campbell shit. By the way, those of you that lean to the Dan Campbell thing really shows that you don't follow football. I just want you to know that. I'm trying to help you, okay? Because it kind of makes you sound like a desperate fan that really doesn't follow the game itself. Dan Campbell was running the Oklahoma drill, for God's sake, to start the he wasn't ready at that time. He needed to go back and learn from a real head coach and all that kind of stuff, and that's what he did. He didn't have that here. So you got to stop with that. Dan Campbell would have never succeeded here. He would have failed, and maybe he doesn't get the opportunity he has now. So it kind of worked out for him the right way, you know? Mario Cristobal, he went back to Alabama. I think that helped him when he went back to Oregon coming out of FIU. Instead, he goes to Alabama, takes a step back, and really learns from Saban how to run a program. And I think that helped Mario too, in a way, and get him. Mario talks about it all the time. You guys got to stop with that Dan Campbell stuff. That's just You sound like a clueless, desperate Dolphins fan reaching for any goddamn thing you can and make yourself feel better. But logically, there is no intelligence in that statement because the man was not ready at that point. He would have failed and failed badly, and they would have fired him after the first 2 seasons of being bad because that's what happens. Because you would have seen incompetence and you've done. That's it. It's over. Would not have worked out here. So stop lying to yourselves. Okay? Go get Matt Patricia. Big O, help me not jump off the cliff here with the Fins. I can't take it anymore. Paul in Connecticut. It's simple. Become a Panthers, an Inter Miami fan, and life will be better for you. Follow the Canes. Life will be better for you. That's what I say. That's what I was telling a young man yesterday that his mom chimed in, said, hey, can you walk my kid off the ledge? He wants to quit the team. And you don't quit. Follow other sports. Have some other favorite teams. That way they can help you out. Go see a Bruce Springsteen concert instead. These things will help you out. Trust me. I do them. Ross cannot learn to stay away from rookie coaches until he makes a mandate that a veteran NFL coach is needed. That franchise stays lost. Whatever. It is what it is. You know? What are you going to do? I may sound dumb talking about Campbell. I just want an alpha. I know, I get it, Dolphin Rob, but you sound like a desperate fan that's not really looking at reality. It's just silly. It's silly talk. That's all. I get it. But he wasn't ready at that moment. He would have failed badly. You know? All right, we are out of here. We thank you all as always. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo, or also you can do it on PayPal too, and you can use the QR codes there. Thank you all as always. Ronald Bithell, you just sent one in on Cash App. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, Ronald. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks to Sean Stanley. Tomorrow, Ira Winderman will be joining us. So we'll have some fun with Ira, and we'll go over the game tonight and the whole statue stuff and everything. We'll have some fun with that. In a little bit, we will have a Crypto Bro show. So stay tuned. We thank Sean Stanley. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show.